2. Greetings and salutations. Welcome, one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to our Patreon Pathfinder game, Ruby Phoenix. It is so good to see you all here. It's so good to be joined by, of course, my lovely Patreons, whom you can see on the screen right now. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. How you all doing?
Doing good. Hello.
Very good.
Yeah, doing grand.
Fantastic. All right, now we are a little bit behind today because unfortunately I kind of dropped the ball on a couple of things. So instead of our usual segment, I'm going to speed run the journey thus far because we have a bit of an announcement which we'll make at the end of the intro. Starting, of course, with, a special thank you to our sponsors for today's episode. Of course, we have, Hero Forge for the wonderful artworks that you can see on screen, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, and, of course, Sirenscape for the wonderful sounds you will hear during the course of today's session. Now, our adventure is, of course, based on the level 11 adventure, the Ruby Phoenix Tournament, of which there are 2 adventures, the Ruby Phoenix Tournament and the Fist of the Ruby Phoenix Adventure, which we will be playing in time. But before we did so, my wonderful players decided that we would kind of ease into it and take a little bit of time to enjoy the journey up to level 11. So our heroes, as they are, have come from the land of Goka, a very, very, very wealthy particular town. On the western coast of Tianxia, the Asian continent of the Pathfinder setting of Galarian, where an evil daimyo, the Oni daimyo in fact, has set its eyes upon our heroes after a commotion caused in the underground fighting pits. After having retreated, the surrogate father of our player Kaito told our heroes of several masters of the martial arts scrolls that he had possessed, who may be able to teach different styles to our heroes, so that they may one day be able to return to Goka and defeat the Oni daimyo. Now, we have in our group Hatsune, our dwarven sumo wrestler, struggling against the oppression of a patriarchal society, which doesn't quite accept females into the sumo arenas. Her and her companion Bo, her fellow sumo student, have been working hard and tirelessly to try and prove the outdated traditions are indeed just that. Next up, which is played, of course, by the wonderful Nick. Good morning, Nick.
Hi, morning.
Next up, of course, we have Liu, our Tengu drunken monk, a Tengu with a rather sordid backstory that's been slowly but surely revealed over time. Especially last week, we got a little bit of insight into where exactly Liu had come from. But while, of course, there is a definite burden that carries this character, they've found themselves connecting more and more to the people that they travel with, still continuing to put his left foot in front of his other as he continues on this journey, perhaps hopefully seeking not only a master, but seeking, of course, some sort of redemption within himself. This, of course, wonderful character is played by the incredible Rick. Hi, Rick!
Hello.
Hello. Next up, of course, as previously mentioned, we have Kaito, our kitsune sorcerer of water, an adopted child of a pangolin master, which was later discovered to be the master of the element of earth, who sent everyone on their quest. Now, Kaito has always kind of fallen in with rough crowds, actually working for the Oni daimyo himself for the time being, and of course the rough crowds being, of course, everyone. In addition, Kaito has uncovered something unusual. Not really knowing where he's come from, it was a very deep surprise to find that among their assailants, a fellow kitsune that can wield fire bearing a striking resemblance to Kaito had appeared in his path. Who this individual is and what it means for our hero is, of course, still up for anyone. But this character, this colorful, wonderful, and fluffy character, is played by the incredible Sean. Hi, Sean.
Hello.
Yay. Next up, of course, also having worked for the Oni daimyo, is the indomitable Taisho, a large Oni who is whose fiery spirit is only matched by his aggressive nature. He travels around believing himself, of course, to be a chosen element of the kami spirit of fire, searching for meaning and purpose within his very brutal and feral nature. A barbarian who is very well connected to that more aggressive and rage-induced side of himself, but has encountered a number of different individuals that have brought into question his rage and his nature. The fire, it burns as well as inspires. The strength and aggression can be tempered, much like the monk that you had met on the Dragon Mountain. This journey, of course, is being taken not only with Taisho, but his incredible player, which is Edward from our dear, from the channel, it's not Captain Malik anymore. It's in my head.
No, it's not.
It is...
Games and Tea.
Games and Tea! There we go.
Hey,
Thank you.
tea.
Games and Tea. Games and Tea. Thank you. Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna have to start drinking tea now too.
Then we'll all drink tea.
We all have to have tea.
All right.
Yes, tea's taking over the world.
And last but certainly not least, playing the role of the magistrate's son, a half-elf who had been raised in proper society to hopefully one day take over as one of the head councilmen of Goka. An individual who may not necessarily have always had the best of luck when it comes to magistracy duties, and may have been swept up very unintentionally in the debacles surrounding the Oni Daimyo, is the character of Tamaki, a investigator who wishes to uncover and unveil the mysteries surrounding his family and several individuals of the criminal element who have managed to recognize or even brandish the symbol of the House of Tamaki. What this means and what the involvement is with Tamaki's honorable father is still yet to be decided, but hopefully our investigator will be able to figure it out at some point or another during his quest. This character is, of course, played by our wonderful friend Neil from Immersion Diversion. Yay!
Hi. That sounds like a lot when you say it out loud like that.
I know. Now you try keeping all of that in your head. And so yeah, and you know, if
I have been.
and I was gonna say, you know, it's like,
I just can't
and
stop.
people wonder why. It's like, Michael, how come you don't remember people's names? That's what's in my space.
'Cause I'm the one creating all the weird names.
And that's just the one campaign.
Yeah.
Not to mention there's several that you have to worry
That's
about.
one campaign. All right, so
Yeah.
without any further ado, guys, if you are a fan of the channel and if you've been here before, then you know the next bit. You know the drill, right? If you want to support the Dead Aussie Gamer channel, then there are a number of ways you can do it. Number one is you can just watch and enjoy yourself. Then use our channel points to influence the game, play with our players, and enjoy the session. If you wish to as well, you can donate to the channel and help buy me lunch. For a $5, you can give a hero point or jinx point to a player or GM of your choice. This will give them rerolls, staves off death, allow them to do cool things, etc., etc., etc. For $10, you can grant a wheel or woe. This is, of course, our situations turning quickly in or against the favor of one of our players or the GM. For $20, you can grant a player a natural 20, and for $50, you can grant a magic item, a boss buff, or create an NPC for the group to encounter, whichever you would like. That is what is available. Now, the last announcement that we're going to make for today is that, unfortunately, this will be the final session for the time being for our lovely Nick and Hatsune. So we're going to be bidding them farewell for the time being, and I'm hopefully going to be putting my best foot forward and giving them a wonderful game before the end of today's session. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the scene begins in a small and rural town where the biggest hut is likely the hut you're in. It is a kind of a small and ramshackle place on the edges and outskirts of the seething hills. Its main produce happens to be rice, with a number of farmers making their way through their daily grind as they work and till the fields. The sound of a gun cocking inside of what appears to be the doctor's tent. A man points a weapon, a strange weapon, directly at Taisho, who has entered. A misunderstanding, maybe? A potential threat? Our heroes have arrived in this town in search of passage to the areas of Nagajo. In order to secure a wagon, they need to speak with the doctor and the pharmacist here in order to try and see if he would make lend of them a wagon to deliver medicine to an old man that appears to be within the actual Seething Hills themselves. Upon entering, Taisho, in his Oni form, has terrified this poor doctor, who has drawn a gun upon them. And that is where we commence today's session. All right.
Epic music commence. But I cannot hear.
Oh, yes, you cannot hear. Sorry, one moment.
I'm like, how do I subtly do this?
No, I got it. There we go. And boom.
Yay!
I will just point out that that's not just a pretty border beneath Michael's face. That's 5 jinx points that some person has left him to play with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know who left those.
Yeah.
Let's not lie.
And they do too, and they know what they did.
We all love Mally. All right.
I did a kind of bad thing. But...
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Stream Elements isn't keeping
Oh,
up. Oh well, let me know. Just send messages. Send messages if Stream Elements isn't keeping up. I don't know what's happening with Stream Elements. It's been a whole thing. All right, so, back off. I know why you're here, and I don't have your money. I can't.
Whoa.
I can't afford to give you any
there.
more medicine.
Oh, dear friend. What? Why would I want your medicine? We were told that you might have a mission to deliver medicine to an old man.
Medicine to an old man? Old man Zhao? I mean...
Yeah, I think that is. Hatsune!
What?
You have better memory than me.
Yeah?
What do you want with old man Zhao?
Honorable Doctor, we are looking for passage through the Seething Mountains, and we were told that you might be able to help us with it. We might be able to get medicine to the old man Zhao and head through.
He takes a look.
We are looking.
He takes a look at you and sees that you're in the company of Taisho. He lowers his gun slightly. He says, "You mean you're not here? You're not one of those the brigands, are you?"
No, if I had wanted to hurt you, I would have already started.
And believe me, we would have stopped him.
Pulls up the gun again. He says,
Guys, the doctor doesn't need to drum up business. Sort of Liu's peering around the corner of the doorway going,
he says, I think perhaps there may have been a misunderstanding. I do apologize.
Yeah.
I just need a moment.
Lower the gun.
He lowers the gun and goes over to a bench and pours himself shakily out some tea. He offers each of you a cup if you would like to take one, as he kind of calms his nerves.
And honestly,
Hey Leo. Have
Yeah?
you got some of that sake? Have you got some of that sake?
Liu probably looks really odd to the doctor because he's holding up his staff, giving it a little bit of a shake and listening, then snaps off the top section and passes it into to Taisho.
Hey, doctor, you think you might need this?
Sorry, I don't drink. I'm a wuja. A wujen. I do not take anything but tea and water into my body.
Would Taisho know what a wujen is?
No. However, Liu,
Okay.
you would. Wujen are a type of monk, spiritualist. They particularly come from your neck of the wood in Minkai, which is why this individual looks a little bit foreign. They're very closely tied to nature itself. And they have many rituals, many rituals. They don't eat meat. They do not bathe. They do not bathe in water. They kind of sort of wipe themselves down with hot sand. They only drink water. It's about connecting to one's natural self through purity.
You have my sympathy, sir, but also my respect.
Well, much obliged. It seems as though you are not with the individuals that have attacked this small town. You see, while I was traveling, I have been serving as a healer of sorts. But when I arrived here, I didn't expect to find so much pain and devastation. You see, the Seething Hills have always been home to, suspicious sorts. Many who believed that creatures, lizard-like, have emerged from beneath the ground in order to try and steal what little they own. People rallied and became proactive in seeking out these monsters, but eventually became little more than wandering tribes of, brigands and thieves. Without means of supporting themselves, they prey upon those who do an honest day's work and steal what they can. As the only doctor here, much of my medicinal herbs and supplies were stolen by these brigands many times over.
Strong preying on the weak.
Yes.
Story of the coward.
How often do they usually come through here?
At least once or twice a month. They have among their number quite a few Onikin, which is why I apologize for jumping to conclusions. You seem to have the bearing of a warrior, and without any injuries that I could see on your person, I simply presumed the worst.
I suppose it is an easy mistake to make. No, as I said before, if I'd wanted to harm you, I would have already done so.
And I appreciate that you haven't. But in regards to the medicine, I'm afraid I don't have any. It was taken not too long ago, and old man Zhao is he's quite a sickly fellow. But perhaps
Was it taken by the brigands then?
Well, I was going to say perhaps there may be hope still. I don't suppose you are, I guess, for hire, or that one might procure your services.
I would say so. What say you, Hatsune?
Well, Liu, we think we need to get through the Seething Mountains. We need to get to... Nicole has forgotten the name. No, Nangchu? No.
Old man Zhao.
Oh,
No. Where do we need to go to?
You need to go to... hold on one second.
Anzu?
Ta-da!
wasn't Langzhou, was it?
No, it was
you...
Nagajor.
Nagajor.
The,
Nagajor.
Oh yeah,
Island of
Langzhou is where we came
Nagajor.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
trying to get to Nagajor, and we were told that the best way would be to travel through the Seething Mountains, and for us to do that we should go visit the old man, and that the best way to do that would be to try and maybe help you out and get medicine to him.
I see. Yes, well, Old Man Zhao actually does travel through the Seething Hills quite frequently. Though very strange, he is very knowledgeable about the area and knows the best ways to avoid the boiling geysers that give the hills its name. If I could, he begins to sort of rifle around and pulls out what looks to be a small paper parcel. He says, "This is all I have left. It is not much, but if mixed with tea, can be a very powerful remedy to ailments and affliction. It is all I can offer, but if you were to perhaps see to recovering the medicine taken by the brigands, well, I'm sure Old Man Zhao would not only enjoy having his medicine returned to him, but would be more than happy to take you across the seething hills.
Perhaps you should keep that medicine tea for yourself and those in this village. We don't need it.
Thankfully, the village is free of disease and plague and pestilence at present. It's mostly cuts and wounds from these attacks, and without antiseptic and the medicines that they've taken, there is little I can do even with this. If you are heading to Nagajor, there are, however, many poisonous creatures and things that you may perhaps require this for.
If you're sure, there's always something for hope for people, even if it's just small.
He bows and hands the parcel forward.
I'm gonna take a quick look around the room, see quick. Is there any kite? Like, I know it's a doctor's office, but he could be a doctor working without a med kit for some reason. I'm just checking to see if there's like med kits around.
So here's the thing, right? A single med kit has a number of charges. There's a town of 20 people.
Okay.
The med kit will go away super fast. It's kind of like the kind of one-on-one of It's got 10 charges in it. So that means 10 healing abilities for it. It's just you usually a place like this should have like 20-30 med kits on hand to be able to function as a doctor's practice.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, I would also like to take a quick moment to thank Malakisa, who has just donated a natural 20 and a wheel to the GM. So,
nice.
So I, as the GM, am fully stocked up, which means I'm going to start with a wheel. So the wheel here is that in order to try and make my NPC, have you perform this task, he also adds in that since his travels, he has no longer intended to travel along the roads as he once was. Since then, his old horse by the name of I'm gonna let the audience name it. First name that I like in chat. That is the name of the horse.
Nice.
And cart are available, and I'm more than happy to bequeath them to you for the purposes of this task. If you were to help me.
Oh yeah, for sure. We were gonna ask for a cart anyway to bring the medicine to the old man, but if we can get the cart to bring us there, and then we can get the old man his medicine with the cart, and possibly bring more stuff back here, then if they haven't taken anything else.
All right.
So
very well. In which case, you are bequeathed Steve the horse.
Steve. Yes.
You should have been a horse with no name, but anyway.
The horse has no name.
Come on. You're going to miss me.
Yeah. Okay. So, with that being said, you have your quest, you have your items.
So, Doctor, do we know exactly which way they come from, or do they come from all directions?
Well,
the brigands.
They come from the Seething Hills, or at least on the outskirts of. If you were to head north, if you were to head north, what am I saying? If you were to head south by southwest, you should be able to find their, at least their yurts.
Are there any other settlements nearby that they also might be taking from, or is it primarily here that they come and attack?
They have attacked a number of different settlements.
Why do I get the feeling that these people are also weak?
How many of them are there? Did you happen? I mean, obviously there would be a number count, but did you get a good look at a general idea of how many there are?
I'm afraid I couldn't say.
I don't know. You said you got here after they raided. Never mind.
No. I've been here. I've been here for a few months, and they've raided a number of times. I just cannot say exactly how many they have attacked since.
Okay.
Well, a good way to try and judge would be to see, are they the same people each time, or are they just randomly different people?
No, they are generally the same people.
Which would suspect it might be one band, no matter how large.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which would
Sounds
make
familiar.
which would make it easier to find them.
Okay. I will take your apology about pointing a gun at pointing at a. What is that? Hey, whatever. I will take your apology
Actually, yeah.
with that and take my leave. Goodbye. Taisha heads out, and he's going to start looking around to see if he can find any traces or tracks that would help him in terms of a more specific direction than South by Southwest.
Well, sure. Make me a survival check. Meanwhile, does anyone else wish to do anything else?
I'm wondering if we should go back and speak to the old lady that told us about the doctor in the first place. She might be able to tell us more about how often they raid. Ooh.
Before I leave the doctor, I was gonna turn around and ask him where he got that gun, because I've never seen anything like that.
This came from a traveler, a visitor from a distant land. While I was treating them, they gave it to me and said that if ever I was in trouble, to use it to protect myself.
I'll have to remember that if I see another one. Thank you for showing us, by the way. I don't know. I mean,
okay.
It's just
You're welcome.
I don't know. Then I leave.
He's a little confused, but okay.
Yeah, we won't let anyone get away with this.
I don't see shit outside.
Oh yeah.
You probably
stick
do.
both your fingers.
You probably
That's
do.
probably the
Steve's
problem.
around somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you find.
That's literally all. That's literally all I see. Ty just looking around, so he could go. Bends down. Oh, that looks interesting. Oh, that's shit. And just picks it. Oh, walks around, sees. Oh no, that's some bullshit.
Hey, so what are you looking for?
Rocks.
Rocks.
There won't be any tracks.
No.
Will there?
Oh, tracks. Sorry.
Tracks. Yes. Sorry. I can't. I can't speak your accent. Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Michael,
I
can I
bet
go
here
back to the old
sometimes.
lady and ask about the brigands?
Of course you may. You head back and you go to speak with the old lady. She says, "Oh, hello, dearie, again. It's good to see you. I've become Scottish because I've forgotten my accent, but bear that no mind, lass.
That was almost Irish.
Did you find the doctor?"
Yeah. Oh, honorable mother, we did. Thank you. We have been able to get a course and cart. But we want to. I'm not. Hatsune's doing this so much better than I am this morning.
Perfect.
Honorable mother, we have been employed to search out the medicine for the doctor that was taken recently, and I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about these brigands that keep coming and attacking the village.
Such naughty boys they are. They attack ferociously on horseback with bows and arrows. They've taken everything from us. They've taken our food. They've taken our medicine. They trample on our farmlands, which make it even harder to make these food. And it's been a whole ordeal.
Do you know how many there are, or which direction they come from? And is it the same people each time?
Oh well. They come from the south by southwest direction, as you point. What do you want from me? As for how many there are a great number of them. They are quite dangerous. I would be careful, dear. Many of them.
You said on.
Many of them
Oh,
are farmers, former people who worked the fields and are still quite strong. They definitely have more of a desire to cause pain and suffering now than when they first began their journey. They originally had good intentions, wanting to save us from the creatures of the bog, but well, that is long since gone.
What sort of weapons do they have?
Swords, shields, arrows, spears.
But a bit of a hodgepodge, or are they more like an army?
More of a hodgepodge. They none of them are especially trained or the like.
It's bad enough, Hatsune. There's many farm implements that can become dangerous when wielded with intent.
Even so, by somebody who doesn't actually know how to use them properly.
And you said they rode on horseback?
Yes, they have horses among them.
Ooh.
Which means if we succeed in getting all this equipment back, getting the medicine, we can have horses.
Hey,
Horses.
this is.
Yes, we can use them to traverse the land a lot better.
Have you ever
So
seen
talking.
a dwarf on a horse?
I've never ridden a horse
Yes.
either. I wouldn't know how to. I wouldn't know how.
You can ride with me. And Hatsune could ride with Taisho, I guess. Or Lou. Lou could fly, right? No.
No.
I know.
Ooh.
I'd rather get on
On the
both.
broken hand. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
But that is a problem for later. We need to find this medicine.
It was just an idea.
Okay.
It just
Well, I can't find anything except more shit. Shall we just?
South by Southwest, then.
Shall we
Let's
go
go.
south by southwest?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, how
Keep our
when
eyes open.
Honorable Mother, before we go, when was the last time they attacked?
Oh, roughly.
How many days?
That's a good question.
Roughly a 10-day.
10 day. And how often do they come? Is there a regular cycle or
Unfortunately not. When they need supplies, that's when they attack.
okay? Probably also depends on what they get at the other places.
If we borrow some farmer's clothes, and not that it would take terribly much to make me look disreputable, but if we appear to be a farm wagon with some travelers, I think we can get them to find us rather than
Ooh,
them.
that's a good idea.
And disguise the cart as if it had supplies on it.
Well,
It could
It will be a card
actually.
with supplies on it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I will make a good disguise. And Taisha just gestures to himself.
I mean, I've
You
got
could be
these
the-
clothes you can wear.
You could be the hired thug.
Yeah, we
True.
have.
I
one- we
find
have one
that
person-
very offensive. I am not a thug.
You can be our hired bodyguard.
I am
Remember-
a trained killer.
My trading assistant.
We're
I can
overthinking
play
this.
as the
Put it-
trader.
Put him in a large poncho. Nobody will tell the difference until it's too late.
What? What is a poncho?
Hooded. Ugh. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Yeah, a hooded raiment.
You begin to make your way, moving swiftly, following the directions as Taisho begins to tug and pull at his various attire in order to try and figure out.
But I don't like this.
Yeah, trying to figure out the best way to try and conceal his Oni identity. Now,
Yeah, and I'll change shape to blend in a little bit too. The only second time I've ever actually done that in the campaign. But and he looks like an elf. Or I look like an elf when I change shape.
very well.
Ooh.
Oh, impressive.
All right.
I don't like this form too much.
I didn't know you could do that.
I used to only do it when I would steal and con, so it reminds me too much of those days.
Mm.
While we're traveling, Taisha would like to pull Hatsune aside, or at least sidle up to her at some point.
Yep.
Hatsune, I was thinking there in the village. Is this a good? I have an idea in my head, but I don't know if it's a good idea. These people, they can't defend themselves against these, well, weak persons.
Mm.
And these weak persons can't, I presume, they can't farm anymore. Or at least they have not tried. Could we not try persuading those who are fighters to protect the villagers? The fighters want the food of the villagers, but the villagers, if they keep attacking the villagers can't provide the food. So if we persuade the fighters to provide protection to the villagers, they both get what they want. The villagers get protection, the fighters get food.
That's a very noble thought.
It was an idea I had. I'm not very good with these sort of things.
I did not know that Oni had these thoughts.
I think you were all rubbing off on me. I need to go back home.
That's a good thing.
No, it's good. It's good, but I'm not sure. Maybe Lou might be better to ask. But I got the feeling that once people turn away from the path of good morals, it is very hard to go back.
It's not an easy.
Perhaps.
It's not an easy change.
Oh yeah,
Leo.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you want?
What do you think of this idea? And Taisha will say give the same idea.
It would have been lovely if someone had thought of that before this all started. But look, if half those people had no thought of chasing off lizard folk or whatever monsters are in these hills. They had grand plans for the treasure of the Seething Hills. So I think a lot of these brigands would have been men fed up with farming and who wanted to make an easier living.
It's not exactly an easy living now.
Well, no.
But farming is not easy, I gather.
But people of all sorts will throw away a reliable but, I don't know, tedious existence for a chance at glory and riches very easily.
That's why gambling.
I think it would have been a good plan, but my fear is that it will become another kind of protection racket. The people come to to the fighters come back to protect the villagers and just become standover men rather than true protectors.
But the villagers then get protection and food, and the fighters then but still do fighting and get food.
Oh, it's better. Don't get me wrong, it's better. But it's still a protection racket. Or it could become one. Look, we're not the Seven Samurai. There's not seven of us. We're not samurai. Oh, it's a story from my homelands, a very well-known one.
Okay, I like stories. Tell me sometime.
Some other time. My point being, we probably can't fix the overall situation. What we can do is give these particular bandits a bloody nose, scare them off for a bit, and recover some of the stolen medicine and food.
Okay.
And Taisho, if you'd like, because you said you wanted to hide your identity from them when we approach, I could give you my scarf. We could wrap up your face, or I could give you one of my fans, or we could wrap you up in bandages.
It's a bit difficult to see because of the helmet that Taisho wears. But you can just sort of kind of make out his eyebrows. One of them disappears behind the helmet.
Oh yeah, nice. What do you think?
Your scarf is your weapon, no?
The ends of it, yes. I can wrap it around you without it like actually like hitting you or getting you.
Yeah, but
It's
He
like
doesn't
this
want
don't
you-
you
much of
then?
the scarf and the-
Would you not have a weapon then?
I've got weapons, and then I pull out the bladed. It's the fighting fan. It kind of blades kind of pop out of it.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I forget you even had that.
Because he never uses
I
it.
Plus,
I did
plus
not know
I'm,
you have it. Well,
Plus, I'm pretty
Okay.
good with my fists as well. So not super strong,
Okay.
but I can at least
You didn't tell me this. We
Fine.
should have had a competition. We should have hit the hardest.
I'm not strong. I'm just maneuverable.
Oh, poop.
okay, then I will take your scarf. Sure.
Okay. I'll just show him that like from here to here are the blades on each side because it's dual-handed. So I just kind of wrap it around him, around his face.
Taisha
kinda
needs help,
cover
so
him.
you're gonna have to do it for
Yeah.
him.
I'll wrap it around your face so kind of you can see through the eyes still, but it's covering your like there's that much.
Michael, we should be on alert for potential brigands who want to attack a
Oh, you really
wagon
should.
that's
I'd
traveling.
highly recommend it.
Yeah.
But
So-
as this conversation has occurred, I hope that some of you managed to hear the sound that sort of echoed and ran across the little glade here. I'm gonna burn one of my jinx points here.
I didn't hear anything.
Damn
No.
it!
Oh, okay.
Genuinely didn't hear
Oh,
anything.
you didn't? Oh, let me try again.
No, genuinely.
Was that a fart?
Let me try again. Let me try again.
Yeah, it's a really long one.
Yep.
Whoa.
Excellent. So that was sounded as you were discussing the fan and the like.
Did Bo hear it?
Yeah, I think Bo would have heard it. Absolutely.
So I noticed Bo reacting to something.
Yes, Bo is looking further up ahead, and there in the distance you can see a person on horseback. The jinx point is being consumed because I have alerted the bandits.
No.
Guys! Wait, look.
All right, Taisho, I'm gonna need that back.
All right, very well. As the bandit has now disappeared from Tamaki and Taisho's view, as Tamaki is now unwrapping Taisho's head.
Do we have any ranged weapons? We don't, do we?
This guy's
No.
about 200 foot away when he blows the horn. Before he then continues to travel 60 foot around on his horse. Sorry, 60 foot per movement action from his horse.
Oh well.
Yeah, there's no way Taisho's javelin is going to reach that far.
No. it's all
Especially
right.
especially while his head is being spun around by this thing. Now, as far as what has happened, Odd Bandicoot, welcome back. Our group has managed to talk down the doctor from shooting them in the face, been told that there are some bandits to the southwest, and are currently en route to said bandits. We have not gotten there yet, but we're trying.
Yeah. And they know we're coming.
And now they know now they know they're coming. All right.
Yep.
Well, we said we wanted them to come to us, so
That's true. I mean, like, either way, we
Wait,
know
you
we're on
said-
the right track.
You said that the bandits is just one bandit going around the camp.
What camp? No one said anything about camp.
no. He was just on the
Oh,
road.
where we are.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're on the
Yeah,
wagon
we're
traveling
on
along
the
the
way.
road.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he blew a horn to notify
He
them.
did.
And right off.
All right.
Well.
Well, let's get ready for a fight.
all right.
So you're just getting ready for a fight?
Well,
I mean, you can.
Tomorrow.
We should probably arrange some kind of cover. If they do have archers, we could.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
so what is around?
All right.
I'm gonna
you
run to
can
the
see-
doctor's.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good
So
point.
around the area you find, you are in kind of like a almost a barren plain. There are some bushes and shrubs and things like that, but you find a couple of good large rocks to hide behind. You move the wagon into a bit of a clearing. You move the horse a little bit away from the road, and you wait as 5 minutes goes past. 10 minutes goes
I was
past.
running into the doctors quick.
What?
Tamaki begins to make the very, very long run to the doctors.
Yep.
He will be gone for the next.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we've been,
he'll be
we've been
gone
on
for
the
the
path
next-
for a while.
He'll be gone for the next
No.
6 hours. Don't worry,
I
guys.
didn't know we were gone. I thought we were still talking in the town. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
My players
Yeah, no,
apparently
we've
want to
been
be
on-
even
we've been on our
further
way.
back from the adventure than they currently are.
I thought we were still in the camp where we were at.
No,
so.
no, you guys are well and truly on the road. You guys have been talking
Okay,
this
never mind
whole
then.
time. You guys have been setting things up. Now, as you wait, tension falls over the valley that you are in. The sound of the bandits doesn't seem to be anywhere. You listen closely. You hear an eagle.
Oh shit.
30 minutes.
Oops, sorry, Micah.
30 minutes go past.
Just a bird, you know.
Oh, I don't like eagles.
PTSD.
While these minutes are going by, I'm gonna rig some bombs.
Very well. You rig some
My
bombs.
demolition charge.
You begin to
Oh, yeah.
brew your alchemy and okay, get some bombs.
Well, they're
out
already
there.
brewed. I'm like attaching them to create a demolition charge.
Very well. You start lining out this area. I need you to make a survival check, and I'd like to take a quick moment to say, hey Quincy, what's up? Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know, Quincy's Tavern, the place to be, to hang out and enjoy all things role-playing, all things wholesome, all things video games. Stardew Valley, amazing playthrough happening on Quincy's Tavern, as well as live read-throughs, beautiful voice, perfect for a quiet and relaxing evening. So go check out Quincy's Tavern in chat. There you go. All right. So with a 26, you place down a number of landmines, basically, along the road. An hour goes past. It's now a crow that's just flying overhead.
I
That's them
think they are not
signaling-
coming.
Is
No.
that them signaling something else? Maybe they're preparing for us instead of the other way around.
Probably.
What is Bo doing? Is he looking
Bo
relaxed?
is asleep
he just...
after an hour of
I-
after waiting for an hour. Like he was very alert for like 10 minutes. Then he was slightly relaxed after about maybe like 20, 30 minutes. Then after about 40 minutes, he kind of lay down with his head, his eye open, his ear kind of twitching. After an hour, he's just sort of like you can hear this kind of deep, rumbly snore that you know when he goes.
I don't think they're coming. Like,
Yeah, I don't think so either. Okay. Horse. I mean, Steve. What is the name of that horse?
Steve.
Steve.
The horse is not named.
Steve.
Steve.
Steve,
But
the horse.
Steve the horse.
Where is Steve?
You
Let's go.
you find Steve.
I'm bored.
All right, let's put him back on the wagon. Can you pick up your charges?
Yeah, I can.
All right. We're traveling with
Good.
live charges. Awesome.
Cool.
Okay.
Now make a perception check. Your DC is going to be equal to your survival check.
Oops.
Well, because because what happens is I actually have to like activate them with my own thing. So it's almost like I have a button that I press essentially, so they don't go off unless I activate.
So they don't ever go off unless you activate them.
Yeah, it says you rig your bombs to an inanimate object in order to cause destruction to the surrounding area.
Yep.
And then it says, it says fire in the hole, trigger, reaction. A creature moves into the hazard space. But that's my trigger, so I'm not triggering it.
No, but so it doesn't have any automatic triggers, so none of your bombs automatically trigger.
No.
Oh, okay.
So they're more of like a C4
Okay, no,
detonation
that's cool, that's
than
cool,
they
that's cool.
are a
Yeah.
landmine.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
Yeah.
So you pick up you take some time. You pick up your bomb. You're fairly sure you've lost a few of them, but what does it matter? All right.
Oh, which one? No. Okay.
Our heroes continue on
I
the
had
road,
three.
making their way forward and pushing themselves towards what they believe to be the bandits' location. Now,
Oh, there they are.
up ahead, you see. Here we go.
Come on.
All right.
Oh.
You see, nestled between what looks to be a large, high-rised hill, a gate made of wooden pylons that is surrounded a massive camp of warlords and bandits. You can see giant purple flags brandishing a symbol, likely a heraldry of the warlord here. It depicts that of the Oniwabanshu, a kind of a red-masked Oni mask with 4 long and jagged teeth.
Well, I suppose we can't just politely knock on the gate.
DM, are they the music that we're currently hearing? Is that also emanating from the camp?
No, it is just ambient.
It's just ambient music. Okay, that's cool.
So they're just
Well-
probably
Is that risen up?
Yes.
Or is that ditching?
The slope rises up towards the bandit camp.
How far? Oh my goodness, my English is so well today.
It rises up about maybe 15, 20 foot.
So they're on a yep.
That
Though the Nova here.
Well, then you were here before. My issue is that is not just a roving set of bandits. That is an established camp.
Yeah, this is a stronghold. This is not a this is not a camp.
Yep.
Kaito, your suggestion wouldn't work. I don't think
What
we
suggestion was that? Oh,
would. Yeah,
that.
I don't think that they'll give up.
No.
The,
Hatsune, how well were you able to master that stone carving technique?
I got 1 level, I think.
If we're able to get them from behind and make stairs up or like platforms up we could get them from behind and sneak attack them.
No, I haven't had any real chance to actually continue mastering the technique. There was little time to hit rocks and practice, so we are going to have to do this the hard way.
The cliff is climbable.
Knock on the door.
True.
There's no
I don't
clear
know.
like vantage point where they could have like a bowman aiming down at us, right?
Literally everywhere.
I
Okay.
would
Ty-
So yeah, I feel very
Taisho
exposed.
begins to point them out. Taisho's got some idea of battle strategy, and so he's probably going to be like, yeah, there, if they wanted to.
My skills. Oh, come on. Thank you.
Yeah,
I've-
sneaking up on this approach is not going to work either. I doubt.
I've got warfare law.
Mhm.
I'm thinking we shouldn't have been able to walk up like this.
All right.
And stand in front of the gate without being shot at.
Super quick. Odd Bandicoot has just revealed an insight bonus. Your insight bonus.
Thank you.
You are fairly confident that they know you're here. In fact, you're
Yeah.
so certain of it, given that a scout had reported you and had returned. You're also confident that they have not made a move against you because either A, they do not see you as a threat, or B, they believe you have nothing that they want. Likely the latter, given that they know you have an empty cart. Knowing that they can see you, they haven't shot at you, likely because A, again, to reiterate, they probably do not see you as a threat, and B, if you come here with an empty cart, then you must be coming here for some reason, which may, their curiosity for you may overweigh their need to simply mindlessly, violently murder you. Again, they're not like murderers and killers. Like the stories of the bandits so far have been one of theft, not of brutality and violence.
Well, maybe there could be some talking to them.
That would get us in.
Yeah, at the very
So,
least.
Knock on the door.
Yep.
All right. Taisho will walk up to the door
Yeah, we'll say.
and just start and pounding it and go, "Oi, bandit leader, we want to talk."
Who's talking? Damaki?
I
Tai-
do not
I
have
feel
great
like-
diplomacy.
I feel like Taisho, despite not being the biggest people person, they still might respond to him best since he's an owner.
I'm better at talking to nobles, not like bandits and stuff like that.
All right.
I mean, I'm good at talking,
You?
but I don't know if I'm the one that'd be good here.
Me? Yeah.
Well, it
just-
depends.
just
if you want me
to-
to
just-
spin them a tall story, sure, but I don't think it's going to help.
Just to reiterate, Taisho is just trying to get their attention. He's not the one thinking he's going to do the talking. He's just banging on the gate to get their attention, to get them to open the fucking gates.
Yeah.
For us.
You definitely get their attention as stepping onto what looks to be a rampart overhead is what looks to be a large red-faced Oni.
Not to
Brother.
sound racist, but he looks like your dad.
As he
Like-
as he looks down at you.
Taisha's
Taisho shoots Kaito a very dirty look.
All right. Whoa! Hey guys.
And, yeah,
All right. So
Whoa.
super quick, ladies.
oh wow.
All right, hold on. One second. Let me just get this right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Robert Hartley, GM, has just joined us in chat. Guys, welcome in.
Wow, nice.
For those of you who don't know, Robert Hartley is one of the most amazingly talented individuals that I have ever had the pleasure of working with, guys. And I would like to thank all of you guys who have come in from his chat. I hope that you have had an amazing day. My name is Michael. I'm the
Nice.
Dead Aussie Gamer. We're running Pathfinder Ruby Phoenix, a adventure set in the Pathfinder world. It is Pathfinder 2nd Edition, so suck it, Rob. And we are currently watching our group of heroes: Hatsune, our dwarven sumo wrestler; Liu, our drunken monk Tengu; Kaito, our water mage Kitsune; Taisho, our barbarian Oni; and Tamaki, our magistrate half-elf investigator, try to negotiate with a group of Oni bandits who are apparently stealing medicine and food from a nearby town. Right now, Taisho has run up and banged on the front door, so I guess we'll have to see how that works out. And of course, we'll see how it goes. Now, this is of course a interactive game, so if you guys are joining us for the very first time, then please feel free to watch the show because you will earn a bunch of channel points, which you can use to influence the game, or if you feel inclined, there are ways that you can interact directly with the game through donations. Though do send me a message with an @DeadAussieGamer if you do, because Stream Elements is being a bit weird at the moment. But yeah, we got like hero points, we got nat 20s, we got a bunch of stuff. Yeah. And yes, Kaito does have water bending powers. He is very much a waterbender. Which is really funny because Kaito's supposed brother is a firebender, so I mean, just saying.
Yeah.
All right, so and of course, thank you guys for the hype train. Now, the hype train, as we go through it, once we get to the end of the hype train, guys, we are going to give one of our players the number of hype train value that we have. They are going to get that as a positive bonus to any check that they wish during the course of the game.
Whoa.
So that'll be what we reward for our level 5 hype train. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for all the donations and bits in advance. But let us keep going now. As our heroes,
Oh wow. Plot twist from
plot twist from
Raikon.
Raikon. Okay, we'll throw in.
Raikon!
All right, Raikon. We're gonna throw in our plot twist. So for those of you who didn't know, channel point plot twist. We get to draw 2 cards, uno and dos. And Raikon, you get to pick. Please, again, @DeadAussieGamerMe when you give your answer. Sudden recollection or broken. Those are your 2 choices. Sudden recollection
no.
or broken.
Oh no!
Let me know, and I will add it immediately. Okay, now, without any further ado, let's get this back into it, shall we?
What does the Oni look like? What's his body language?
All right. Well, standing atop the rampart, the Oni, as it were. Actually, let me move this Oni down a little bit. This Oni seems to be looking down on you with a single glowing red eye. He looks like he is judging you. He looks like he is assessing your strength. His eyes pass over Tamaki, Kaito, and Liu very quickly. He looks down over Taisho, and snarls. But that is when he looks down at Hatsune and Bo. You can see that there is a look of recognition in his eyes as he sees the dwarf wearing the garbs of the sumo along with the bear. He yells out from high above, "Why have you come?"
Guys,
To negotiate the return of medicine that you have taken from the village.
are you yelling that? Or are you just saying that quietly?
No, he says that just not super confidently.
Oh, yeah.
We want the medicine. Give it back.
We go on honesty. Okay.
And if when at the point that this Oni snarled at me, I would Taisha would have snarled back.
Is that normal? Is that a hello?
The weak and ignorant shall make no demands of the strong.
And ignorant.
Ha! You weak! You think you're strong. You attack weak. You attack only for yourselves. You're weak as well.
If I am so weak, then come claim what you believe is yours. Or simple wood. Does that keep you at bay? Huh? Let me know when you have mastered more than your tongue, whelp.
Ha! Looks like only one other person has mastered their tongue, and Taisha just starts pushing on the door.
You?
It does not budge.
No,
How
of course not.
tall is the rampart?
How tall is the rampart? The rampart is 20 foot tall. Each single piece is like a literal carved tree bark, tree trunk that reaches up to a large point.
Tamaki,
Yes, Hatsune?
why don't we just blow those doors or those gates open?
You read my mind. I'm gonna run up to one of the poles that are sticking in there. I'm gonna put all the charges that I had on the
As
one.
you do so,
they
you
all
watch as
fire bombs?
you watch as the Oni sort
There's
of
two fire bombs.
the Oni
and
raises
blade
a
bomb.
hand, and as he does, you watch as allow me to
Oh gosh.
do.
Actually, I should do it from right under where he's standing.
All right, and yeah, you can be there as well. All right.
Gosh.
By the way, Michael, Rykon shows sudden realization.
All right. Oh, that's
And
great.
the-
Sudden recollection is perfect. As Tamaki and Taisho stand on the front gate, your sudden recollection as you look up is, oh wait, this is an army of bandits. And you look up and immediately are greeted by the signs of 5 archers aiming their arrows directly towards Tamaki.
If
Oh.
I may,
have-
that seems pretty cowardly as well, hiding behind your walls of wood with archers instead of coming out to face us yourself.
So we're taunting the army. This is our
Yeah. No.
That's so funny because what Kaito just said is exactly what Taisha was about to say.
Can we move Steve and the away from the arrow shot?
Yup.
It's probably a very good idea.
All right. Certain members of the party.
Also, there has been a redeemed inspiration for mythical Turian.
All right,
For Hatsune.
Hatsune. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
What does that mean?
It basically means.
Oh, you got inspiration.
So, again, thank you, Neil. If you would like to, at any point in time, you may use it to re-roll, you may use it to petition the GM for something, or you may use it to automatically stave off death.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Wow.
Now, as he raises his hand, again, he listens to the taunting, but you notice that this old, grizzled warhorse literally cares absolutely none for your taunts and your jibes. For him, strength of walking around and flopping around like a fish on land, yelling at the air about being weak for not fighting in the water, is nothing to him as he gestures his hand. Tamaki, because you had the plot twist redemption, you have this recollection. You can decide not to step forward if you would like. Or do you intend on putting the bombs up?
Hold, everyone. Hold.
I kind of stop in my tracks, but I'm not moving backward.
All right.
All right. I don't particularly want to get shot by a whole pile of arrows. Pretty sure Tamaki shouldn't.
No.
Hatsune,
Yo.
I think if you hit right in the middle and can break the bar, the gates should open, right?
Yeah, possibly.
Do you think that stone shaping technique works on wood? All you need is one strong blow in the right spot.
Yep, let's do it.
Hatsune,
Alright.
Hatsune,
Mr. Warlord, you want to make a point about strength? Let us try.
you watch as he holds his hand for a moment. The archers, they don't go slack on their arrows. They still hold it. What is Taisho and Tamaki going to do?
Taisho will make way
Okay.
for Hatsune.
I'll back up slowly.
No, wrong way.
All right.
I throw a bit of guidance onto Hatsune so she can get. I forget if it's advantage on her roll.
It's
or...
a bonus.
I'm more backed up this way. Oops, I can't. Yeah.
So I don't. Okay. Yep. All right. So
I went
Can
backwards slowly.
Can I
can you?
I don't know whether it would be warfare or perception or whatever, but can I just stand looking at the gate for the moment and have a look and see if I can figure out where the crossbar might be or the best place to hit?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Let's go with a perception check as you begin to scan the gate itself and look for that central point.
Oh, poop.
Oh god.
It is hard to pick out. The wood is very well made, leaving very little gap between each slat of wood, as it is flush between. Generally speaking, you can tell this warrior is very exceptional. Normally, if you create wood and you tie rope around it, it leaves a tiny gap, which often archers who are at the gate can then fire into the camp. This has no such gap between it, as the ropes have been cut into the wooden slats to be tied around so that they are always flush. You take your best
Very
guess.
well crafted.
Now, are you using your stone shape strike for this?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to need. I'm going to make a series of checks for you to do your proper
Yep.
kata. The first
Yep.
is you need to enter mountain stance, which will
Yep.
cost you an action. The second action will be for you to enter the actual proper pose to be able to carve stone. This is a acrobatics check. Then
Yep.
I need you to make an attack action, and you're going to be targeting the actual wall itself. The wall does have an AC, which you will need to beat in order to penetrate it. If you succeed, I will then roll a percentage to see if you hit that crossbeam.
Yep. Let's
Is
do
there
it.
a way? Is there any way that since Taisho is nearby or standing next to Hatsune watching this, is there any way that he would be able to help in this regard?
Probably not, as it's a single strike.
Okay.
All right.
Sure. Okay.
Hatsune,
Yep.
you plant your feet, and as it does so, your kind of toes dig into the earth. You feel the soft, cold soil, and you feel it almost channeling energy into you. You then take a step forward. Make an acrobatics check. Nice. All right, beautiful.
Nice.
As your foot lands in front of you and your stance becomes rigid, it almost feels as though your connection to the earth goes down like two massive stilts deep into the ground, to the point where you almost feel connected to the very core of the earth itself. Strong roots make strong strikes.
Yep.
You then take on the sumo stance, and with one heavy palm, you breathe, and you twist your hip moving that momentum from the ground, from deep in the earth, up through your knees, up through your hips, through your shoulders, and into your arm as you thrust with a palm directly towards the gate.
Cool.
Roll me your attack action. Just in the chat.
Now am I using mountain stance?
Yes.
Come on.
Hit them with the force of a mountain.
Just throw the mountain at him.
Oh.
A 20 is
That's not
exactly what you needed to hit.
Whoa!
As you strike, you watch as cracks and fissures begin to appear in the wood. As we now go to the percentage. Let's see if you hit the right spot. That is a 47. You needed a 40 or higher in order to hit.
Yes!
As the cracks begin to splinter, you hear the sound of the wood snapping behind. The door cracks and begins to swing open. As it does so, you watch as the Oni from above the rampart kind of looks and sees what happened. And he closes his fist. The archers.
And I get shot.
The archers lower their bows.
Ooh.
Oh, I knew that those monks weren't as tight-lipped as they like to pretend to be. Come, enter! I don't suppose you drink alcohol, or are you like one of those Wujen wet blankets?
What?
I can just picture Liu just perking up like, wait, alcohol?
Yeah. All right,
said
who
the
wants to
magic
get under
word.
the table first?
All right.
Clear the way. Here comes Lou.
Okay.
He just runs through.
All right. Stepping aside, you can actually see that the brigands and the bandits here seem to allow you to pass clearly into the next area. As you do so, they you watch as some of them are like kind of talking to each other, and they're like holding up bits of broken wood, and they're like, "That was amazing." I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen that since the captain. Yeah, no, I haven't either. And they start chattering among themselves. Some of them are kind of like airing you with some caution, kind of like looking at you. But further in, you can see the large Oni in armor waits for you.
Aisha will follow Hatsune in very close behind.
Yeah, where's Lou? You can have my drink. I don't
I
want
went
it.
to get the cart.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
He watches several bandits then return, then show up with what looks to be like quite a large tankard of ale for each of you. He says, "Drink. This is from the far west continents. We managed to rip this off a Goka trader trying to get past and over the mountains. Smugglers and thieves, them. But we were better."
And yet you want to attack the helpless farmers. Okay, sure.
You throw accusations strongly, big one. But I'm not surprised. Oni did tend to think with their swords rather than their brains anyway. Allow me to...
You should know, brother, you're the same.
So you
Oh.
speak as if you aren't one.
You and I are the same as a hawk compared to a chicken. I am General Zhao. I am leader,
Would I?
former leader, of, and yes, actually, you would have heard of the White Fang Rebellion. Correct, you have been mistaken. These are not the bandits that you are looking for. But, a long time ago in the Oni culture, there were many wars waged for Onis to be able to try and take their own kingdoms. A large rebellion staged in a number of different locations, and the White Tiger were among the, I wouldn't say the noblest, but they were considered to be very popular by the people that weren't Oni, necessarily. They were defeated many times over, and the Oni daimyo managed to establish rule over much of the known world in this area. But there were always rumors of the White Fang, who had basically been traveling around and, kind of keeping the spirits up, fighting against the Oni daimyo's men here and there, wherever they could. Now, as far as he's concerned, you kind of know this guy as kind of like an old warhorse, but you've been taught that this guy is like, he's weak, he is pathetic, he tries to throw, his paltry military against the great might of the Oni daimyo. That's what you, Taisho, have been taught from your upbringing in Goka. But the man that stands before you is anything but. He is definitely like that kind of grizzled old war veteran. He is a good few decades on your age.
Okay, Taisho. It's at the point that Taisho reveals his name to him. Taisho just starts laughing.
Right.
You. How could you be? You're meant to be dead.
Yes. Makes things a lot easier to move around when people believe such a thing. But
If you are, show me. Prove it.
I think he did.
he reaches down, and as he does so, he says, I, as you can tell, am a fire yai. An Oni of flame, an Oni of fire and passion and aggression, not unlike you. So if I weren't the White Fang of Kucha Mountain, would I be able to do this? You watch as he takes a stance very similar to the one that Hatsune took at the front entrance. As he reaches down, he places both hands onto the ground, and almost like cloth, he sort of pinches the earth and pulls it upwards, almost like a blanket, and curves it around into what appears to be two massive, almost like warthog tusks in front of him as he takes up his stance. As the earth crunches and cracks, he then takes both hands and smashes them both with his palms, creating rubble by his side.
That's a good parlor trick.
No trick,
I kind of
whelp. In fact, it is one of the stages of what I believe to be your training. What is your name, tiny warrior? He says, looking at Hatsune.
Is that me?
He says, looking at
Oh.
Hatsune.
I thought the Oni were bonding.
You will walk up with one of his cups while Hatsune is gathering his thoughts and go, that drink's pretty good. Here, have a chaser. And he'll break off again part of his cup. Now that you've got your hands free again.
But it's just, by the way, I was rolling deception to see if Taisha would be able to actually hide the fact that he's fucking impressed by this.
Yeah.
He's trying to stay stoic.
Yeah, probably. You've probably concealed it kind of well, or at least you've kind of waited till his back is turned before you've kind of had any moments of kind of smiles creeping across your face. But he
Yeah.
Go back inside.
So
No.
So yes, sorry to repeat that. The Oni walks up and says, "What is your name, tiny warrior?"
Fururi Hatsune. We've come seeking medicine and food from the village that we came from. Are you the people that took it?
None of my men have taken from the weak. That is not our way. That is not how we do things.
Then you are not the people we seek. And we have nothing.
Well, as he says that, I need everyone to make me a perception check.
Oh, where
I
is
feel
my
bad now
perception
for making a
gone?
presumption.
Well, I can't find my perception. Where did I put it?
Homepage.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
All right, Liu. As Hatsune says this, the man that you're sharing drinks with, the bandit that you kind of helped with the shot of your extra alcohol into his ale, he seems to spill a little as Hatsune is mentioning, like, the attack on the town and stuff like that. There's definitely some nerves that are happening here from this particular bandit.
Liu will sort of make a mental note of that for later.
He says, "If the town of which you speak is under attack, then I would know. We do not safeguard anyone in this area. We simply act against the daimyo whenever they move, whether it be on the river or on the land. There are many members of the old White Fang army that still seek to free the world of his tyranny, of their tyranny, because there are more than one Oni daimyo. But we do not need food and medicine to be taken from such places. There is an abundance provided by the Oni daimyo's coffers. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but the mead tastes much better when taken from my enemy."
Then we are not after you. And I have destroyed your gates.
Gates can be rebuilt. A new friendship. Now that is something worth forging. You have traveled up the Dragon Path and seen the monks atop the mountain.
Yep. They are cool. Can you see what they can do? She transforms in her behavior to a little girl talking about favorite toy.
You actually watch as he almost mimics your expressions. Despite his large, bulking size, his one eye that isn't covered by the eye patch sort of gets bigger and glows as well as he says, "Yes, and did you see the spherical stones that were carved by the hands that they had in that little museum type thing?"
Yes, they gave me the honor of being able to learn some. I still have not got very far. I have not had time to train, but it just so spherical, so beautiful.
It was incredible, and the size of the perfectly spherical boulder. I could only imagine what kind of master had actually carved such a stone. I wish I could have met them.
But not? Did you not get a chance?
Alas, it was many years ago when I climbed the Dragon Path. I met many adventurers who had gone seeking the knowledge. At the time, the monks were tight-lipped about how to train, and told me nothing beyond me having to sacrifice my hands in order to learn their technique. But I'll be damned if I'll let those damn monks fool me. So I stayed on that mountain for 12 years. I learnt from the sounds of the mountains, the rumbling. And that is where I learnt how to carve the mountains and shape them to my will.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
You watch as he holds up into your hand some of the rubble, like the large clumps of dirt, and he places it into Hatsune's hands. And as he does, he says, "If I may." He reaches to your hand, and you kind of feel a bit of pain as he begins to move your hands. But as he does, you notice something bizarre. The stone in your hand is not staying hard. It's almost like it's clicking into places. And you hold in your hand what looks to be a very ugly, but very small, stone horse. And it's one solid piece. It's not like it's been broken and reassembled. You bend it in multiple places. It is just that.
Oh, that is beautiful. I wish I could stay, but we need to move on. And we need to get medicine to take to the farmer in the Seething Hills.
Well, it It is a shame. Having another warrior of the stone and elements would prove a valuable resource to our missions. But I understand your desire. Everyone has their journeys and their path. If there's anything we could do to help. But my men and I don't believe we've seen such a group wandering these regions.
Tamaki's gonna step forward and he's gonna say, we might actually know the person who made that boulder you were talking about.
What? You do? Who? Who is it?
His name is... Shoot, I did write it down, didn't I?
Are you referring to Yenlo?
Yeah, your father.
Oh, I didn't think he had anything to do with those monks, but
He'd be the only person I could think of that could make one that perfectly. Unless it was a previous Earthmaster.
Kaito does have some like tears welling up because like all the talk of that is reminding him of of his father figure. He's a little homesick in that regard.
Sorry.
Liu is going to try a little something while this discussion's going on. I'm thinking that area on the map to the top left is probably where they keep their horses.
Yep.
And so I would like to bring Steve inside the camp and see if there's any, I'm not great with animals, so this is a serious long shot, but just see if they seem to recognize each other. See if any of these horses originally came from the village.
All right. As you bring Steve,
Oh,
Dave.
as you bring Steve into the stables, you can actually see that there are a number of horses that are here as well. As they gather around, you see that one horse in particular does actually move over to Steve, and seems to be quite affectionate. A foal, in fact. Not a foal. What's the word for a female horse? Mare.
Mare.
Thank you. That's the word.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant like a young.
Yeah. No,
horse.
I know that's what I said, right? But clearly,
okay.
I'm
That's
an
not what he
idiot.
said.
Okay.
The horses, however, aren't.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. The horses are acutely aware of their own age.
Michael has to deal with 13,000 intelligences. Can't get everyone right.
All right. So anyway, yes, you do notice that one of the mares does recognize and seem to move over to Steve.
All right. Liu will come back out, and I think Tamaki and Hatsune are most interested in the conversation with the general at the moment, so I will come up to Kaito and Taisho and just quietly say, I don't think the general knows all the things that are going on in his own camp. He may be innocent of wrongdoing, but I'd lay money that some of these are the bandits.
At the same time, Hatsune is thinking about what the general said in relation to the fact that he doesn't think anyone from the camp is coming. And I just rolled a welfare to help me with my decision. Is it Captain? Was it Captain? General, sorry. General, I truly do believe you when you say that your forces are well organized. And the gate definitely tells me you know your warcraft. I find it hard for you to say that there is no brigands in the area, and yet they are definitely attacking the villages. How can this be that you do not know the people that are attacking them when you say there are no brigands around? I doubt that the doctor would lie to us.
This is true.
And he definitely did not like the fact that we were with the Oni.
Strange. I have no ill will towards the doctor. I am aware of him, and I've encountered him a few times. Why would he be concerned about me?
Someone did.
Well, let's say that an Oni happened to enter into his practice looking for work and had a strange weapon pulled on him.
Purely hypothetical, of course, Taisha.
Of course, yeah. Taisha has moved to the point. Taisha has moved to the point that I have put him on the map.
All right, very well.
So I am flanking.
And didn't they say there were 3 Onis in the group that attacked?
No, don't think so.
Mm.
There's not 3 only here, are there? I see the general and Taisha.
It is.
Course,
It's
but...
just the.
I
It's
see-
just the general who's an Oni here.
Yeah.
Okay.
He mentioned.
I see.
He mentions
one,
that he was part
two-
of a group known as the Oni Wabanshu. They are a group of 7 Oni who rose to power in order to fight against the Oni daimyo.
In the middle of that of that conversation, Taisha was yes, but that was ancient history. What about now?
What about now?
The doctor said that there was an Oni in the raiding party that attacked him and the village from where we came.
Oh, that's
And yet-
easy. The Obi-Wan Wabanshu, the mask. Many people want to imitate the ferocity of the Oni and to hide their appearance. It wouldn't take much.
This is true.
But who has access to these masks? Are they?
It's on the banner above the camp.
No,
Somebody
but I mean, generally, like, can you just get a mask anywhere, or are they specifically only
Well-
generally with Oni?
It occurs to me that the Oni daimyo may have some, and if a shipment was found, who knows?
Maybe.
Looking around, are any of the soldiers or the soldiers of the general wearing or in possession of these masks?
Looking around, you can't see anyone with them, but you could potentially search a couple, or kind of like closely inspect a few.
I would like to closely inspect without. Yes, I would like to closely inspect them, but I don't want to physically go, "Oi, you! Have you got a mask?" and things like that. Just simply,
All right.
scrutinize it from afar.
Sure. Anyone who wishes to do so may make a perception check.
I'm actually going to check via the element, the spirits, or the element sense thing that we got, that ability. See if I can sense any of the.
Oh, you can sense a great strength of earth element coming from this individual. It's not quite as strong as what you sensed up in the mountains, but you can tell that if this guy isn't a master, the masters must really be incredible. Like, there's just this heavy, pretty much he looks like a ball of rock with a fire in the center of it.
Do I sense anything from anyone else?
Hatsune
if it's
it's
got the range of
Hatsune is
if
kind
it's
of
got
like
the
a
range of-
small unworked pebble, and you can kind of sense that from her. And you can sense that there is a small, like, kind of spinning, kind of like a very, very tiny droplet of water in the middle of Kaito. Taisho has what looks to be some smoke and embers, and Liu also seems to have kind of that kind of like a rush of kind of like this very, very thin mist that kind of flows in and around his person.
I wonder if it has a smell.
Yeah, that was what I was
Oh,
thinking. too.
definitely smells like whiskey.
What about the other members of the camp?
The
Like
whiskey
the guy,
elemental.
the guy right next
You
to
do
the
not.
Kaito,
You don't get a sense for anyone else.
Okay.
All right.
And then I'll try with the magic sense.
You
what's it
detect
called?
nothing, Neil.
Detect
Hey,
magic.
Liu
Okay.
will walk
okay.
over towards the.
I've got,
Neil,
I've got two detect
Neil,
spells.
what are you looking for? What are you looking for? Because I know you've watched Unforgotten Realms, and I am not sitting here waiting for you to look for
Oh,
invisible traps, okay?
I'm just wondering if there's anything suspicious about the people around us.
Yes!
Not the party, not him. Okay.
There is. They're bandits in the middle of the fields. They're, of course, suspicious.
All right.
Right.
I'm sorry. I got 2 magic spells. They're both detect spells now. So
Yes, I know.
I'm trying to use them.
All right. So,
You
that's fine.
will walk towards the bandit that he was sharing a drink with and go sort of looking back half over his shoulder to the general as he sort of nonchalantly ambles across. It would be a real pity, wouldn't it, if, some of the crowd here, with the best of intentions and following your leadership, were moonlighting on the side and causing trouble where they shouldn't be. And he's just very obviously needling to see if he can get a reaction.
Roll an intimidate check.
Please make this work. This would be amazing if it
I'm
does.
bad at
It would.
intimidate.
It would.
Do it.
You can do it.
This music has me on the edge of my goddamn seat.
I know, yeah.
Fantasy Grounds has slowed right
Oh,
down for me.
yeah.
You might need to roll
Oh.
it. Somebody might need to roll it for me.
Yeah, I got you.
Well-
All right, hold on.
Michael's gonna roll it now, and it's gonna be
Here we go.
really low. It's like, oh,
Oh, there it is.
All right.
yeah.
That is
Yeah,
a
nice.
17. All right. As soon as you say that, you watch as this guy basically chokes on what he was drinking. He stops for a moment, and as you're niggling on it, you watch as he kind of like drops his mug, and as he reaches down to pick it up, you see a white Oni mask drop from his shirt and onto the floor.
Ooh.
Liu will just, really quickly, because he can move pretty quickly at a pinch, just dart forward and magpie grab it and just go, shiny.
As soon as you grab it, there is a moment where he stops and he looks around. The general sort of looks and says, "Amin, what is the meaning of this? Why do you have that?" He immediately tries to shove Liu and run. I don't know if he'll succeed, but what is 10 plus your fortitude?
I think it's my fortitude's 12, so he needs 22.
Yeah, he doesn't do
Oh.
jack. He just sort of, and he is trying to run. Yes, he's trying to run.
Seeing this, I actually have a sort of game question. Throwing a weapon. What is the reach on that?
So you're talking about your javelin?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at your javelin. So for your javelin in particular, your javelin has a. Nope, that's your scimitar. Your javelin has a range of. That's got the thrown trait.
30 feet, it says.
It should be written in the weapon entry, which it's not. How dare you? There we go, 30 foot.
30 foot. Okay. Where is that guy who's running?
I think he's at the gate.
Hold
I
on one
think right
second.
now.
I will highlight him. He is. Wait, well, no, don't be like that. There we go. All right, so he is. All right, one moment. I'm getting these all wrong. There we go. All right, it is the yellow one.
At the gate.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, friggin' 4.
At the gate. Don't think I've got the range.
Mm-mm.
Liu
Also,
just
if I'm
looks-
allowed an action, I can maybe grease that. That's within range of my grease.
Yeah, if you want to grease it,
One-
you can.
well,
You
so-
want to cast grease?
Oh yeah.
All right.
You should do that. Okay. I was gonna say, if I have an action as he's passing by me. Sorry, Taisha, you go.
Well, what I was saying is, if I didn't have range, Tash would immediately start running after, draw a javelin, and throw it at the same time.
All right. Well, we're not going into actions. We're just going into kind of initial reactions to this. So as this guy is running, he does end up slipping. However, I'm going to burn a jinx point.
Okay.
Of course he is.
When he ran past me, could I have done my reaction right then and there?
No, because you didn't notice what was happening. Damn it, he still fails. All right,
Oh.
he is falling prone. Yes.
Yeah, but he still fails.
Also, I'm gonna smile and be like, you know, anyone that runs will probably have a harsher punishment. So I feel like anyone should probably speak up right now if they want less pain from your general.
He sort of stands up and he sort of pulls out a knife. He's kind of like shakily looking around. He said,
Taisha's moving.
It wasn't just me.
Taisha's moving up to him.
It wasn't just me.
Sorry.
I'm not the only one. And so what? Those people didn't need all that food. They were fine. They grow food. It literally grows on trees.
I'm gonna look around and see if I
All right,
notice
hang
anyone
on. Sorry,
do
Taisha,
anything
you
when
need
he
to
says that.
stop moving when it's not your turn.
Yeah, I'm stopping.
Good, thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate that you're trying to creep up, but if I can't do the same thing with you and your characters, please don't do the same thing to me. All right.
Yeah, I got it. It's cool.
Now, as he tries to slink back, the general steps forward and says, "How could you betray me like this? I thought I taught you better. I thought I had instructed you in the ways of the White Fang. It's like they're lofty ideals. We sleep in the rain. We eat refuse and leftovers. But we lived with pride. Your pride. A price I'm not willing to pay anymore. And none of you should." Now, as he is about to leave, there is another rumbling. The general shakes his head and takes from his hand what looks to be a small cube. It's almost a perfectly square, you know those carving cubes, that carving circles from the mountain? This one is very much like that, but a perfect square.
Mm-hmm.
And as he does so, he places it into the ground. And he says, "I apologize. I'm afraid I must discipline my men." And as he does so, this guy continues to run. But not before the ground tears open.
What?
And you watch as a savage creature. What? No! No! Oh, God! Oh!
Oh shit!
Wow.
Ah!
Oh my god.
Yep.
As blood sprays over the floor, this large creature devours the running bandit.
We used to be out there with that. Ooh.
He says,
Oh.
"This is why we are known as the White Fang." You notice that this large land shark and a huge and immense rhinoceros-sized creature has a stark white stripe over its back, and of course it has, and of course it immediately, as soon as it finishes ripping this person apart, kind of looks towards the general. He says, "Though perhaps, Hatsune,
Hmm?
you
Yeah?
say you're on a journey,
Yes.
and your journey is, of course, that of learning from the elemental masters of Earth. Now, I claim
Yep.
not to be one of these masters, but it is said that all masters learnt from observing the world around them. I learnt my particular style of Earth from this creature known as a boulet. Perhaps,
Yep.
if you could connect to this creature, you may be able to ascertain a new sense of yourself."
connect to the creature? How would you connect to the creature?
He says it is difficult to explain, and not something easily shared. It's more... Each of the masters learnt how to channel their souls in with the elements that they controlled, paying attention and learning from the creatures and other things that could do so as well. I learnt from the savagery of this beast. When at first I'd lost hope up in the mountains of the Dragon Temple, I went in search of answers and found myself attacked by wolves. They hounded me day and night, and when I was on the verge of death, a larger predator appeared to prey upon them. Yet it spared me in my dying moment. I saw myself in its eye. I saw that the earth itself is about patience, stillness that suddenly turns into power. An ideal this creature embodies better than most. I could teach you the way of the Boule. But to see if you are truly able to understand and learn this style, you must face the eyes of the Grim, as I did. This is a crossroads opportunity for Hatsune. Now, Hatsune, for this particular one,
Yep.
you are able to, if you want to, study and train in Boule martial arts. This will, of course, take your character some time to master. Should you wish to,
Yep.
you are offered to stay with, of course, the White Fangs to learn this style and master it. Should you choose not to, however, the trial of the Boule is one of many conditions that will be needed to attain the mastery of the Earth element. And if you wish to as well, you may try to achieve that here. The choice is yours.
Well, she's torn. She wants to stay, but she feels obligated to go with the group.
I think
Seeing how Hatsune is unsure, Taisho will well, not head over to her, but Taisho will turn to her and say, "The stone is you. If staying here helps you with the stone, I would say that is best for you than for us."
You also have...
Yes,
Sorry, just real quick. You also haven't mentioned to the general that your goal is to defeat the Oni Daimyo of Goka.
It's funny because I was actually just about to say that.
Yeah,
It's like,
okay.
yes, we came
I've
on
been
this
wanting to
journey.
say it this whole time.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's like we left on this journey to train, to return to Goka, to face the Oni Daimyo, and your path could lie this way. Like like we all went on this journey to get to strengthen ourselves, to get better, and I feel like this is your way of doing that. And it's not like this is going to be the last time we see each other.
Taisho looks a little bit awkward when Kaito says that they left in order to be able to defeat the daimyo.
kind of like,
You? What do you
I
think?
left it in order to not get killed on the spot.
I did not wish to die.
True. There was also some necessity involved.
Getting
there,
stronger
yes.
is nice, I guess, but mostly it was about staying alive. I
That
think
is
you would
true.
do well here. I don't think the jungles and the water voyage ahead of us is going to be any good for for you, given how uncomfortable you were on the barge.
Oh yeah. Oh.
That's likely to be unpleasant, and for
Bo,
Bob, well, there's no home for him now.
no.
I don't know these hills at all. Well, maybe there's no home here either, but it's got to be better than the beaches and water.
And then I
There's-
don't need to get rid of him.
I mean,
he can
if
stay.
you still, Hatsune, if you still want Bo to find a place out, I could always help find a place for that.
No, he won't go with you. You'll stay
mean,
with
I've-
me.
I spent a little bit of time with him. We seem to get along a bit better. In which
Yeah.
case,
Lucky.
I have the feet bond animal, and we spent a week traveling from the mountains to the one place, so I could have bonded with Bo.
Bo
Oh, true.
slaps you in the face.
Hey,
No, no,
Last
no.
time-
That,
Good treat. This is definitely an
don't worry, it's a
improvement.
playful slap.
Bo's like, don't presume you're bonding with me.
Hey, I'm trying my best. Come on.
No, Bo.
Tamaki, Bo is with Hatsune, not with you.
I know it was
No.
just a thought.
The hair is better than like he lived in Goka for so long. It's not. He doesn't have to go back to the natural
True.
place the bear
Plus-
comes from.
If I
Then he
can-
has someone.
if I-
He has someone to wrestle too.
If I might say something. Hatsune, if this is truly your
General?
goal to strike out against the Oni Daimyo, then I could think of no better place for you.
For training, yeah,
Well,
it makes sense.
Not simple training. The White Fang strike against the Daimyo wherever we can. You would be putting your training to use in practice, fighting against the forces of the Oni Daimyo. It would be perfect to train and practice in tactics for dealing with someone with that level of power. And of course, it never hurts to have a bloody bear fighting with you.
Yes, well, with reluctance for leaving my friends, General, I would be honored to stay and learn from you.
Oh, I apologize. I know I kind of jumped the gun here, but but you might die in a second. So I wanted to make this clear. Your offer to stay comes if you are accepted by the White Fang, not by me.
Oh,
That's fine.
All right.
Hatsune's never been troubled by
Hatsune's
that
just like,
stuff.
All right.
If I die with honor, then I die with honor.
Very well.
You neglected to mention that bit, General.
No, I didn't.
Oh no,
I said it right at the
He
start.
implied it.
I said it right at the start.
he could die.
I should have missed it.
There.
All right. I swear I do not miss working with Oni. As he
But you are.
so as he says, all you this is how to train your dragon style. All you need to do is walk up to it and place your hand on its nose.
without being eaten.
Without being
Just
eaten.
Touch it.
Woohoo! Let's do it.
All right. Now I'm not sure what this is gonna.
Stay.
Let me play around with some music real quick. Let me see if I got the right one.
That's cool.
That's
Bo?
it. Just runs up to him.
Stay here. Guard Kaito.
All right, hold on. Yes, that's
I
it.
was like,
Perfect. All right. So
Don't be a trickle.
Bo stays and goes.
Should be right back, Bo. It's okay.
All right. Hatsune makes their way down.
Yep.
Past the gates and towards the large creature. Its claws still stained with blood-soaked cloth from tearing apart the brigand that is there. Dart backwards as quick as you can.
No, I just realized. No. I just realized I was going to do something first.
Oh yeah, you can totally.
Sorry.
Uh,
Keep description.
Okay, so yeah, as the creature sees you approach, its nose lifts up and smells deeply. Its razor-sharp teeth seem to be bared, as you could hear the sound of its stone plating on its spine twisting left and right, as it's almost like a cat readying its shoulders to pounce. A low growl leaves the back of its throat, as you can kind of hear this this sort of almost like a crocodile growl.
Okay.
Yes.
So she walks up. So she walks steadily, determined but not rushed, not slow, and she gets to within a few steps of the creature. She bows respectfully, like you would expect from the sumo entering the combat with a fellow sumo. And then she just very quietly, very calmly walks up towards the creature, raising her hands slightly to reach its nose, and then very, very quietly, very carefully, while talking to it like she does to Bo, reach out to put her hand on its nose.
Right. You reach forward with your hand. As you do so, I need you to make me a survival check.
That's interesting.
Ooh.
All right. You do have an inspiration if you would like to use it.
I do.
All right.
Use it.
Reroll?
Yes, please do.
Or is that something else?
You can reroll it if you'd like.
What do you think, guys? Should I reroll it or should I just...
Reroll it.
Yeah, all right. Let's reroll it.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yes!
Nice. Good.
As you reach forward, the large creature's head moves back very suddenly. It gives you a start for a moment, but then you calm. And as you reach out and place your hand upon its nose, you feel something. Your whole body almost merges with the earth. The texture of the skin is that of solid granite. As you feel through its body and through the ground itself, a connection to the multitude of tunnels dug by this creature that spread like an anthill all across the land. It goes far and wide, and even without traveling anywhere, you can see through your mind's eye the farthest reaches of the lands of Tianxia. As this happens, you then find yourself returning to your own mind. As you pull your hand away, the creature shakes, almost as if trying to clear like something from its ear. As it begins to scratch at it, you hear the sounds of the stone once more. You're not entirely sure if you have received the blessing, but there is definitely a spark, a connection, and a talent that has been recognized by this creature as a fellow child of the stone.
She smiles, steps back to the same spot she was before when she bowed, and bows again.
If Taisha would have been allowed, he would have gone up to the gate and watched and just watched everything.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. You guys are allowed to go as close as you'd like without, like, obviously provoking the provoking the giant thing. As soon as that happens,
wait, I left my bombs out there. No, just kidding.
Boom! Nice. Right. You then watch
PPK.
You then watch as the
TPK.
general pulls out a small tin whistle and blows at a frequency that you can't hear. Bo kind of covers his ears, but the creature then dives back into the earth and disappears.
Wait, Kaito doesn't hear it?
And yes, Kaito can hear it as well. All right, now to wrap us up for the day,
Yes.
as Hatsune returns, there's a kind of a very fulfilled feeling, but a sorrowed feeling as well. The general looks at you pleased, seeing what raw materials could one day become a powerful warrior. He tells you that that you have a place here, and that he will teach you what he knows. Though it will be one of many journeys, and you will need to find the style on your own, just as he did. He can put you on the right path. As for the Earth Master, at the mention of Kaito's father, Yinlo, he says that he knows of the old armadillo. In fact, the armadillo was the one who helped put him on the path to reaching the Dragon Temple as well. But Yinlo was not the Master of Earth, or at least not the current one. In his old age, he had passed it on to a successor, an enigmatic figure. If Yenlo's, if it is to be believed, then Yenlo was maybe the one who had carved the perfectly spherical stone atop the mountain. Or maybe it's this other master, a new and different one. Whatever the case may be, he wants to know that for Hatsune, you have sparked a reinvigoration, that perhaps maybe he had spent too long in this wild and untamed place, that he needs to start acting more like the general he is, and the general he was. He will go with you on your journey to seek out the master as well, and will at the same time be teaching you. The rest of you are given the wagons that you require. And in fact, several of the brigands even say so much as they will travel back to the town with a portion of their food and help them re-establish. It is the least that they can do for the acts of one of their own. Yes, Tamaki?
I wanted to ask them really quick if they could possibly spare, like, some kind of bow. Since we have no ranged weapons, like a bow and
sure,
arrow.
yeah, you can have. Each of you, if you would like, may have a bow and arrow set for yourselves. They will happily give you that. Or if
short bow, long bow,
or if you want either, or if you want a spear as well, or short, long sword, you may also, like again, they're like, yeah, sure, have one.
Awesome.
Yes, Taisho.
I'll do a long bow. Yes.
There'll be two instances in this scene. One of them will be Taisho just mentioned the issue of the medicine, which actually now the moonlighting bandit has been disposed of.
Just about to get to that.
Okay, cool. That's fine. The second one will be that he will, in the kerfuffle, etc., approach the general at a moment of somewhat quiet. And I believe, I believe you are the general. That was, well, you know how Oni are. You are the same.
At this point, he sort of sighs, and he takes off his helmet. As he does so, this is the first time you can actually see where he would have had his third eye that Oni have. You can see that that he has basically torn it out. There are scratch marks over his forehead where his third eye would have otherwise been. He says, I want you to listen to me carefully. What we are is not what we're meant to be. What we are is what we make of it. The Oni are not a brotherhood or a kinship. They are a calamity. How you turn this calamity becomes you. I have no desire to return to the ways of old, but I want you to know that you will likely not find brothers and sisters who share in your sentiments. Be strong on your own, or avoid your kind. Have you heard of Onigrippa?
No.
Only the old speak of it. Onigrippa is a tradition passed down by the most powerful of the Oni, in which the third eye is torn from the body, and devoured to consume the power within. During one of my battles against the daimyo, my eye was taken. There is no spark anymore, or connection to the flame that once fueled me. You meet an Oni. Do not be so quick to call them brother or sister, for they would sooner tear out your third eye and devour it for their own power as to bid you hello. You are young. That's good. It means that you are not yet ripe for the plucking of any Oni worth their salt. This is not an insult, but a warning. The stronger you get, the more danger arises. And he puts back his kabuto over his head.
Mhm. You are the second Oni to say something similar.
With any fortune, I will not be the last. Now,
Maki takes a note of that because he remembers the when we fought the Oni before and they dropped the orb when we killed one.
correct. And in fact, you have already participated in Onigripa Taisho, as you have eaten the orb from the Yaioni.
Yep.
So, as this happens, again, you are presented with some medicine to send to Old Man Yai, as well as medicine to return. To the village with. Hatsune, you are asked to go with the general themselves back to the town, so that the general can apologize formally and in person for the atrocious behavior of his soldiers.
Yep.
And he is going to give you a final moment to say your farewells to your comrades before they head out. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Yep.
the scene is yours.
Liu will step up first, I guess, and go, well, I used to have fingernails on this hand. That was a little tense. I'm going to miss you. It's been fun, you know. But I know it sounded like you and the general were talking about going off on another journey, but I'm thinking don't be too quick to move on. These seething hills, like, it's not my thing, I guess, but you can feel it, can't you, right? The earth itself contains the water and the heat and the air somehow. There's a connection here to all of the elements.
True. And you
Yeah,
You
That
are
is
not-
correct.
I'm saying, I know you probably want to get back to the high mountains. That's your thing, but don't overlook things.
No, I know what you're saying. The bullet showed me things I'd not considered of the non-mountainous regions of the world, and yeah.
I'm not even going to ask about that. But hey, look, don't worry. There are ways to get messages around.
And-
we don't have those techniques yet, but there's things that the druids and elders of my people could send birds as messengers.
Mm-hmm.
It's the simple magics. We'll find you again.
I know. And I think you are learning that you are more than the drunken bird in the filth of the roadside, and you're becoming more the.
Troublemaking drunkard.
I was going to say the bird that came to Goko all those years ago with a dream in his heart.
Oh, I hope not. He was a fool.
But maybe not as much as you thought.
I'm not sure I'm ready to be more than a drunkard yet. We'll see.
Maybe we're not quite ready for you to be more than just a drunkard, but take care. And no more breaking of your wings.
Oh, don't worry. I'll try my best to keep those all fixed.
Yeah.
As long as he stops moving or I'm around. breaking them more. Maybe he should do that thing you did with the rock. Just break your hands until they can't be broken any further.
Yeah, no. I said no to that the first time. I'm not changing my mind on this.
Well, we're not getting a choice in this part. If you're gonna break your own hands, we're just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Might as well incorporate that into training, huh?
We're not even gonna use rocks. We're just drop metal plates on here. Just kidding. No.
Liu will step back and give the others a space. And in fact, I need to drop out here because I got to get off to work. We're running overtime.
Yep.
Oh,
No problem.
Sorry,
Bye,
everyone.
Liu.
Bye.
Bye, Liu.
Ciao.
Kaito, my little friend, you gotta stop getting yourself knocked out.
Yeah, I gotta fix him up too.
It didn't matter as much when you were around.
I know, but I'm not. And Bo's not there to protect you anymore, little fox. So be careful.
Well, hopefully, when we meet up with the water master, I can maybe learn some things. I need to get stronger.
Yeah, but don't lose your innocence. You know?
Sadly, I think that was taken from me a while ago, but I'll hold on to it. I'll hold on to what little I can.
I don't know. I think it's still there. Take care. Take care.
I'll miss you, but
I'll
it's
miss
not.
you.
This is not completely goodbye. So
No, it's not. But still, take care. I hope to see you soon.
thank you.
Tamaki.
I just kind of look at you and I say, never once did I think you were weak. You're a very strong warrior for as a wrestler, as a sumo fighter. Others might say different, but I did very much enjoy your company.
Yeah. I hope that you find yourself in this trip and that you don't.
Learning from you, I'm definitely going to try and find a way to help others without, like, drawing too much attention. So
We are a group of misfits and we all don't fit in where we should. I know that, but that is what helps you to realize who you are, not who you are expected to be. And I think you'll make a really good magistrate if you actually realize that it's you that is the magistrate, not your father, the expectations he puts on you, the family, your dynasty.
I'll be sure to write letters to you and let you know how we're doing.
That's if you'll find me, but that's okay. I know you'll do well.
We'll find you.
Yeah, just ask for a female dwarf with a bear and an oni. Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard.
I think I'm gonna miss Bo too. He's like any chance I tried to bond with him, he'd just go and I'd go flying. So
yeah, he's very
trying my
fussy.
best, but
You have to learn. He doesn't.
I'll find an animal friend of my own time.
He's already bonded, Neo.
Yes, that's the point.
Yeah.
He's a bit rough and tumble.
True. Tamaki didn't get it quite.
Also, Tamaki has no understanding that he has a feat to afford him an animal companion either.
I never get the opportunity to find something.
You know what? I suddenly feel like I've got a strong bond with an animal. Where are you, animal?
That
hey,
doesn't want to come
animal!
with. I tried earlier.
Okay, Lord. All right.
Anyway,
He just picked me.
Taisho has watched some of this and then has disappeared.
oh, where did Taisho go? He does not like goodbyes, I assume.
If you go searching for him, you'll find him busying himself trying to get horses ready and trying to figure out what sort of supplies he'll need, and that sort of just trying to make a way so he doesn't have to be in a situation that he's very uncomfortable to be in.
She'll look for him.
Okay. Like I said, you'll probably find him busying himself somewhere.
She'll find him. She'll bring Bo with her. Bo will give him a big hug. Squeeze him and squeeze him and squeeze him.
A literal bear
Okay,
hug.
Bo. Yes. Okay. Do you want to fight Bo or not?
No, that's a good
I did actually take
try.
I did actually take a feat for that.
Maybe when we get back together,
Okay.
you'll have a fairer fight. Hmm?
Rematch
Yeah.
of the century.
Hatsune, can you tell Bo to let me down?
Yeah, down.
Plump.
But look,
Look,
you could do
Hatsune,
not like
Aris-
the way.
No, I don't. Sorry.
So-
Take care.
You too.
Hatsune.
Be good. You have shown me that you are not the mindless aggressors that I was taught.
Yeah, well, I still am the mindless aggressor,
No.
and I'm being taught by other Onis that it's possible to not be that.
May your
They-
journey go well.
Yeah. It will. You too, Hatsune. I expect to fight you next time. Huh?
Me? Yeah. One-on-one sumo style. You're on.
All right, you got that.
Mm.
Take care, rock girl. We'll
Take
see you
care,
soon.
fireboy.
And Taisha will then scatter quickly to sort of disappear in a way. It's somewhere that
He's
he
all
can't
embarrassed.
be out of this situation that makes him awkward.
All right. As you
runner.
the four of you, Kaito, Taisho, and Tamaki, gather your horses and have the brown parcel that contains the medicine for Old Man Yao in your hands. As you watch Hatsune and the rest of the bandits disappear along the road, you recall the moments shared with the sumo from the chaotic fight in the middle of the streets back in the town of Goka to the underground arena where she literally slapped a ghoul back to undeath.
Yeah.
Returning, of course, multiple times to help guide those around her to not be drowning in a freaking river filled with piranha, climbing up a tall mountain and facing off hand to hand with these immense statues, to the void eye and searching through the rubbles of an avalanche to try and find her comrades. This and many more outline the journey of Hatsune, but it is not the end. It's not the end of a story, but the beginning of another. As one day we hope to see Hatsune return with new skills, new powers, and of course a reinvigorated Nick. After we see you return, hopefully one day. But for now, however, we bid you farewell. Thank you, of course, to my wonderful players, to my wonderful audience. A very special thank you to our player, Nick, for everything, for being a fellow storyteller, for sharing in this journey up until this point. We are sorry that, again, life and schedules as they are have pulled you away, but it is the world. It is the nature of things, especially being adult role players. It's how it goes. But of course, the seat is always open, and you are always welcome to return at any point in time. So thank you, everyone, and thank you to my wonderful audience. Thank you to all of our supporters, all of the donations.
Yes.
Thank you to all of the people who came in and raided today. Special thanks to, of course, our friend Robert Hartley and Quincy, two of my very dearest friends who who support my channel as well. You guys are always an inspiration and awesome. Special thank you to everyone who donated, including, of course, Ira Janasi for the big donation of a magic item, which will go to a party member next week. We ran a little bit out of time, so unfortunately we didn't get to that one. So I want the audience or my players to remind me that you have a magic item, and
Yeah.
and there we
won't
go.
forget.
There we go. All right, ladies and
More of
gentlemen,
those.
we are now going to go and raid as we usually do. Let's see who is out and about at the moment. Who is up doing things? I see we have.
There's a
Ooh.
lot of
I see
people up.
Phoenix on here.
Phoenix
Phoenix
Wacky.
Iwaki. Yeah, look, I mean, we could go and see
There's
Phoenix, but I have
Zumba.
another friend of mine, who is who. Let's see what you're up to. Are you?
On the ground.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We are going to go and raid our dear friend, who is still streaming. No, he's ending his stream. I knew it.
Ah!
All right, so we are not going to go and raid them. We are going to go and raid our other dear friend, Phoenix Iwaki, because that's where we're going to go. Yeah. So let's go raid Phoenix, because we love Phoenix. All right.
got
So
those
once again, a
Phoenix
very, very big thank you to, of course, you, our audience, and to our sponsors, Hero Forge, Fantasy Grounds, and Sirenscape, which you can thank for the wonderful music that you guys can hear. Tune in tomorrow, because today's Friday, so tomorrow morning we'll be playing Strange Aeons with our wonderful Patreons from that group. Wait, I used Unraid. What did I use Unraid for? I didn't Unraid. Don't you tell me.
You're switching to. Were you rating one? You had to switch to the other.
Oh, maybe I did. Hold
I
on.
just forgot.
I steal the viewers from them. I unraid
What
them.
is? Yeah, I know, right? Like, what is an Unraid? Why did that work? All right, anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the terminology for that is just
it's
weird.
very weird. All right, so yeah, be sure to tune in tomorrow where we play Strange Aeons, and then Sunday we'll be back for Rise of the Rune Lords, because that's what we're doing. And thank you very much, everyone. And till next time, as always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Good night, everyone.
Bye.